Now, students, good evening. Now, the students who are in the online, I am requesting whether you are able to hear me or not, or I am audible. Please try to confirm it. Am I audible? Yeah. Well, so let us move to the further discussion. And dear online students, and for you, a message is already displayed for you on the top of it. Our admin, Mr. Surender, has announced to you already the payment alert has given to you. It is displayed to you on the chat box of everybody. Please try to see that and try to do the necessary things for by next coming days. Well, so now in the last session, I have already started yesterday the subject of Python, and almost you people are aware of it. Almost you people are aware of it. The last class description. Let me start once what I discussed in the last session for just 1 minute. So here I started with historical development. There I started with what happens. Sit down. So getting started with Python programming here. Last time already completed historical development of Python, and after that versions of Python and downloading process of Python software explained, and you are already well aware of that. Well, and let me ask 1 or 2 questions from this place. Who are new to this class, nothing to worry about. Something happened in the last session. I'll be giving you the video link for the last session, what I discussed. Video link means what I discussed in the last session. I'll provide the video link for that. In the very shortly, Google Drive class is going to start. In that Google Drive link, Google Drive class, I'll keep that class link of yesterday. Okay, fine. Who is the father of Rose? Who is the father of Python? Well, good. Guido van Rossum. Officially, when it was released, 1991 February. And if you want the list of dates, yesterday I shown you the full view of list of downloads. Well, and moreover, students, I started with versions of Python in yesterday's class. How many versions, guys? Well, 3 versions I set. 3 versions. Number 1, Python 1.x. Next is what? 2.x, 3.x. What is the current version? Well, 3.x. What is the latest version to download? Python 3.10. Don't tell 3.10. Python 3.10. What is the latest preview version? 3.11. What is the future release? 3. Very good. Nice. So that I almost downloading process also is set. What is the downloading process? Which is the official website for Python? Very good. So total very good performance in the class. And those who are new and nothing to feel that, sir, all of them are saying, we are not saying that type of feeling, don't worry. Downloading process for every 2 days once I am going to show in the class. Any of you get the doubt in downloading the software, bring your laptop, I will download and I will show you once again personally to you. Okay, so www.python.org is an official website for Python programming. This is an official website where we are having about, who is that? PSF. What is it? Non-commercial organization, Python Software Foundation, where our Python software updations, modifications, some new features, additions, Everything is taken care by what? PSF. Very well. And next, under that downloading process and Python 3.10. If we click on this, in a few fraction of seconds, this will be downloaded as well. And then you know how to install it also. At the ending of the process, once again, I will show you even in today, some new students maybe in the online and as well as in offline. So I'll click on this and the bottom left corner, it is downloaded. See that it is downloaded from here. It is available here. Bottom process. Coming down, open this and it is showing that, do you want to run this file? Who is a publisher of this? Python Software Foundation. Click on this run. Click on this run. Once you say run, it is asking you some small information. Look at that. And see this. Upgrade now. It is in my system. Already I have Python software which was installed in my system. When you are installing first time in your PC, since you are installing first time, you are getting a message called what? Install now. Like that, you will get this message. You need to choose this. And before choosing, you need to do one small setting, my dear students. Add to the path. Add to path. Add to path. I need to tell this in 1 or 2 days. I will repeat this downloading process because everybody must make their laptops ready. Well, so after choosing this tick mark and then click on what? Install now, and you will get, instead of cancel here, you'll get OK button. Once you say click on OK, and the progress bar will come where software is installed successfully, and you will get Python software successfully installed within few fraction of seconds. And then Python software is successfully installed in your machine. Once successfully installed, now I'm not installing now, I'm just canceling it. So once you install successfully, and you will get, go to the apps part, and there you are having Python 3.10. It is available where you are having Python 3.10. It is the place where our first level programming will start. I'm having 10 levels of programming stages in my Python syllabus. So the first level of discussion will be with this, and the second level will be starting with ideally same thing, Python. Second level, both of them are inbuilt features of Python programming. Ideally, this is a second phase where I'm going to discuss few topics, and most of the topics, this is the another place where I can do this. This is one place, this is another place. And later students, after doing this entire thing, we are going to deal with some IDEs are there, popular IDEs, which we are using in the industry. PyCharm, and next is called VS Code. Next is Atom, and next is called what you know, Spider, and the Jupyter Notebook. These are all called popular IDEs, where we can use in Django as well as in data science level. Well, are you able to understand me, guys? Well, so now I am entering into today's class, what I want to discuss. In today's class, I am going to enter the new topic. That is a continuous topic of last session. So this I repeated, how to downloading process and all those things. Well, students, now I'm going to enter in today's session one small concept I'm going to introduce. Actually, my today's class importance is features of Python. Features of what? Python. Features of Python I'm going to discuss. In these features of Python, this is my today's class main agenda. Today's class main agenda. Look at first. So today's main agenda is features of Python. And moreover, I would like to discuss one small topic also, that is called what you know, Python programming inspired from which programming languages? That also I want to go for that. No, wrong answer. Look at it is, don't, dear students, don't go for of course you don't feel it. ABC language is a predecessor of what? That's it. That is only the subject. Before that, inspiring from that, and no, Python is designed By seeing ABC, they design, but which features are available, I want to say. So I'm going to say that, listen, because it is totally new for you. It is totally new for you. I just want to discuss now. So let me go for students here. Python programming, look at students, all of you. Python programming, I'm going to give you inspired from 4 different programming languages. 4 different programming languages. What are those 4 different programming languages? I'm going to give you a very elaborated discussion in the class. Okay. First one, of course, which I'm going to give you the biggest discussion, our total number of days, which I'm discussing, the total modules, which I'm saying. In the C programming, there is one of the most important topic is there. Will anybody says that? What is the most important topic in C programming? What is that? Pointers. Pointers are not there in Python at all. Pointers are not there in Python at all. Okay. Right. Leave it. Leave it. So I'm writing Python programming. Listen, guys. Python programming inspired from C with Python programming contains functional programming aspects. Which is inspired from which programming? C. Functions are the most important in C programming. In the software industry, to write any kind of piece of development of code, functions are most important. Without functions, there is no software development at all. Such type of functions are very strong in where? Python programming. So from where these are coming, I will explain from the root level. Structured programming, unstructured programming. In structured programming, what are the drawbacks? In unstructured programming, what are the drawbacks? In structured programming, what is an advantage? How it is useful in our Python? How Python is addressing the industry needs? I will explain. This is the first thing. So what is the first inspiration from C language? Functional programming. Which one? Right. Next set, second one is Python programming contains object-oriented principles. Python programming contains object-oriented principles. That is what you are calling in your academics OOPS. OOPS is understandable. Okay. Anyhow, don't mind because I don't want to criticize you. Fine. Under this, which is inspired from where? C++. Programming called what? C++. Very well. So Python programming is inspired from C. Which area? Functional programming. We are describing a lot about that. I'm discussing a higher end advanced meaning of functional programming in the class. Lambda functions, anonymous functions, that is both of them are similar. Filter functions, reduce functions, map functions, so much of advanced programming we'll discuss. And object-oriented principles, it is my research and development topic. Of course, dear students, you don't feel it. And without this, without criticizing you, I cannot move forward also. Majority of you might be learned object-oriented principles, you might be heard about already in your college days. And you don't feel it, just I am writing and I'm just saying to you what is your knowledge and what is that knowledge in the software industry. Whatever we learned about OOPS, that is OOPS. That is blunder. You don't feel it because of my words. There we are having classes. If I ask any student what is a class, they will say collection of objects, which is a blunder. Whatever you know, that is blunder, and you don't feel it. Even if you feel also, no problem. Because tomorrow if you sit in front of an interviewer, what is a class? You will say collection of objects. It's a blunder. In my classes, Oops means what? It's an R&D level I will take. Just a 4 p.m. batch, just going on, recently completed. Classes and objects. Classes and objects. How many examples? Marvelous example. What is the industry actually? What is the meaning of it? Then what is the constructors, which is going to come inside? Destructors. What is meant by encapsulation? Abstraction. Next, what is meant by inheritance? What do you mean by polymorphism? Method overriding. What is meant by polymorphism? See that. And of course, you don't feel it. Now I'm writing classes. And the second one is what? Objects. What is an, don't write, listen. Don't write. I will give these notes to you. Full-fledged notes I'm giving. First listen, concentrate on my explanation. Right? What is an object? You will say instance of a class. What is instance? Out of order. You don't know. I am saying that. You don't know. Next, third one is called what? Data encapsulation. Data encapsulation. Totally out of order. Fourth is called what? Data abstraction. No, people are, I'm asking technical difference between encapsulation and abstraction. In my ATM project, if I go to that, in my ATM project, 4 p.m. or anywhere else, ATM project, I will develop it. In ATM project, how encapsulation and abstraction is useful. Where do you use it? In real-time scenarios, where do you use it? How to use it? Are we knowing? No. No. But everything is completed. BTech degree got it. But implementation of this, no. Only theory. What is the use of it? Next, fifth one is called what? Inheritance. Inheritance. What is inheritance? It's a ocean. It's a big ocean. Getting something from superclass to subclass. What is it? What are you getting? What is the meaning of it? How many types are there? What are the syntax? What are the ways and means? Next, sixth one is called what? Message, some polymorphism. Polymorphism, it is one of the favorite for the students. Polymorphism, favorite for the students. One, multiple forms, you will say. Multiple forms. Interviewer will ask, what is the form? You will lose your form. Multiple forms. What is your form? Lose your form. That is academics. Next is called seventh. What is next? Message passing. Message passing. Not academic answer. Passing message is called message passing. This is called what the answers people are giving. That is called, that's what I'm saying. Whoops is whoops. And you don't feel it. Sorry is criticizing us. When you don't know, I will criticize. It is my responsibility to make as an expert in this area. Already I said in the 2 days back. Well, so object-oriented principles are inspired from where? C++. Who is inspired? Yes, I will make you as an expert in this area. I will explain them very, very perfectly in the class. Next, C is called what? Python programming contains modular programming, modular programming. Modular concepts are there, which are inspired from where? Modulo 3. It is called one type of language. Modulo 3. Please spell out once more. Modulo 3. C++. Object oriented. Functional programming. What is it? C. Modular concepts from where? Right. Next, one more is called what? Python programming contains scripting programming. Scripting. So scripting principles. Scripting programming. From where? From Perl. Perl. This is also one more programming language. So Python programming is containing these many number of concepts are there. All of them must be learned very perfectly. So I'm going to ask you, and this I cannot explain in one line what is functional programming. This will take some 10 days or 12 days in my class. Object-oriented principles, I show R&D level of programming. How to communicate with the database with OOPS. How to go for file programming with OOPS. NumPy and Pandas with OOPS. That I'm going to discuss. Modular programming, how to design the modules, how to decompose my real-time project into different modules, how to write a scripting in testing cases, how to develop it. These many things I'm going to develop. If somebody asks you tomorrow, Python programming inspired from how many programming languages? 4. For my satisfaction, all of you tell me how many inspirations? 4. Number 1, functional programming from C. Spell out. C. Next, object-oriented principles from C++. Modular concepts from Modulo 3. Scripting programming from Perl. This is called 4 inspirations are there. Python programming developed by studying what? ABC. ABC is the predecessor of what? Python. During the Python development, these many number of principles are coming into picture. Did you understand, guys? So inspiration, it is different, predecessor is different, and don't try to use our old English and don't try to mix everything and don't prepare new Python programming. This is my advice. What I'm saying, try to learn as it is. We should not add our own spicy. This is my advice to everybody. Shall we move to students? Yeah, this is my concepts of inspiring from. Last and final, I'm asking, Python programming inspired from how many programming languages? 4. Slowly tell me. Number 1, functional programming from C. Second, object-oriented programming from C++. Third, from Modulo 3. Next. Very good. Now, keep it aside. Now I'm going to discuss in my class very perfectly all these things we are entering. Next, I'm going to enter into the further discussion. Dear students, now I'm entering into biggest discussion called what? Features. So this is going to be one of the master concept before entering into the programming. Dear students, before I'm going to introduce this programming concepts, when you learn C programming, we used to understand first topic, what are the real-time applications of C language. Whether you learned or not, already you have seen in my class. In Python, we started that. Next, after that, we started with versions of Python. Later, we are coming to inspired from where? And now I am coming to features. To write one programming with the left hand or left finger, this type of order is important. Now I am asking a simple question and you don't feel it. The first few days, I'll try to see your talent first. Try to see your talent. Right. You learned C language, majority of the people here. You tell me at least one feature in C language. What are the features of C language? Out. Not even one feature you will say. Not even one feature you will say. Right. That is called our talent. But in Python, I'm going to explain the features. Once we know features very well, we will do the extraordinary programming in Python language. Shall I start, guys? Yeah. What do you mean by features? Don't worry. C, C++, all these things I said already in the class. To understand my class, no prerequisites required, I'm saying. Just I'm questioning. And before I'm going to explain total content to you, I should see that before my class what you are, after my class what you are. I should tell that or not. Then you feel that, yes, here I'm getting more programming knowledge. You need to understand. So come on, students. Now I'm going to start with features. What do you mean by features? Now I'm writing features of a language. Features of a language are nothing but, carefully try to understand. Later you can write it. When you are writing, I'm getting tension first, whether you will understand my lecture or not. Don't try to write. I will send you. Otherwise, you give your notes. Tomorrow, I will give notes by writing it. Please listen first. Understand me first. I'll send this total notes for you. You can maintain fresh notes. Listen. Features of a language are nothing but services. Services or facilities provided by language developers in the language and in the languages, and they are used by language programmers. They are used by language programmers. I will elaborate, don't worry. Language programmers. Why they are using? For developing real-time applications. Real-time applications development purpose, we need to know the features. Let me quote one small example. You want to buy a mobile. I'm just giving some small rough work. You want to buy a mobile. I'm just taking one small rough work. You want to buy a mobile. For example, you want to buy a mobile. You want to buy. Very good. To buy this mobile, what you will do? You will search for old mobile or recent mobile? Recent mobile. That means you are looking for which facilities? Low in facilities or high in facilities? Because of high facilities, your things will become simple. Am I correct? Because of high facilities, your things will become simple. That's what, if I want to do in my Python programming an extraordinary programs, I must know first what my Python provides. What type of facilities my Python is providing for you, first you must learn before writing my first program. And dear students, I already guaranteed for you, writing program in my class is left hand, left finger. I already said to you in the 2 days back. 2 days back, our class was started. There I said, provided 3 advices, I said, those you have to satisfy. Then only my class will be suitable for you. Without touching the book and all those things, that is a problem. Well, you want to buy a mobile, I will buy what? More featured mobile, more features if a mobile contains, then I will buy. Am I correct? Because of more features, I will do my operations very simple. You are buying the mobile, it is containing more features, you don't know how to use it. That is also become waste. You are learning C language, you don't know what features are there. Will you achieve the fragrance of C language? You cannot. You are learning Python, but which services are Python is providing? We should understand in the class to write a beautiful programming in the classroom. Am I clear? So, did you understand the meaning of features, my dear students? Yes. Please, coming to the picture, I'm going to clarify. I'm saying that Python programming features of a language are nothing but services or facilities provided by what? Language developers. For example, if I take a Python programming developed by what? Language developer called Rosam. Who is a language developer of Python? Yesterday only. Who is the father of Python? Guido van Rossum. And they are used in where? Python programmers like you. For developing which applications? Right. Real-time application development purpose, we must learn complete features. Well, now I'm writing, since I'm teaching Python, I should teach what? Python features. Python programming contains 11 features. They are 11 features are available. What are those features? I just want to say. What is that? Somebody saying? No problem. Say. Easy to code. Okay, very good. So today's first class are already there. First class. So can you stand up once? Stand up. Stand up. Sit properly at least. No, you said easy to code. Now I want to ask one question. Stand up once. No, I want to ask you. Why you are fearing? No problem, huh? Okay. So it is called simple. Our student said easy to code. I want to ask one question. How do you generate a calendar? You said easy to code. How do you generate a calendar? Index of a number. Stand up. That's why I'm asking. I will write in the Python code. If you are talented, I will ask you. Say. So that's what I'm saying. Python is not simple. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I gave one line of control. You need to learn what? Libraries, modules. Generally, if I don't ask now, you will think that he is correct. When I ask immediately by opening the software, you will realize he is real talent. That is what I am suggesting to everybody. Are you understanding? When I was a student of OU, after completion of my engineering, I went to one company called DE. It is a product-based company. That time I felt that I am very bodybuilder in C language. I felt that. After I went to the interview, when I come out of it, I felt that I don't know C language at all. After that interview, I realized that I don't know C language. As a student, we feel that we know something. But when you come to reality of coding, reality will come into picture. If I don't make you to understand, you will feel that I know everything, That type of wrong direction will give you some other kind of thinking skills. That's what I'm saying. Anything you speak, prove on the screen. Prove on the screen. If you are unable to prove, that is wrong. Am I correct? When I speak, I have to prove it on the screen, then only I am correct. Otherwise, I am also wrong. Am I correct? Yes. When I show on the screen, you accept it. Otherwise, say throw it out. Anybody says, I'll say stand up. I want the coding on the system. Only theoretically saying I am not a kid to listen and then saying that you are very good. Anything you speak, I want to see on the screen. Tomorrow also, when you sit in front of Infosys interviewer or Accenture or anywhere, they will ask the questions like this only. Am I correct? So once you go to an interview, that is the first and last interview, you have to get the job. How to get the job? With a big programming skills, I will give it in the class. Python is simple or difficult? It is not simple as people think. Python is very difficult when you don't know libraries. Python is simple when we know. Yes, who said the word simple? Rosam said. Rosam said. Are we Rosams? Who are us? Learners. Learners. For learners, definitely difficult. I don't want to mesmerize. Simple. It is easy to learn. That's why Python is simple. I don't want to spoil you. I want to make it simple by teaching a lot of libraries for you. Am I correct? Yes. So I can say Python is simple. As our student said, easy to code. How to code? I will ask one question. How do you calculate the complex number root? Is it easy? Simple? No, it is difficult. I will convert into my line of control. So that's why when you are speaking, come with coding to me. Otherwise, I will catch you. You also catch me when I don't say coding. Both of us will catch. When we both of them catch, we'll go to interview will not catch us. You are getting the offer letter. Am I correct? I'm speaking only originals in the class. Try to appreciate. Next, simple or difficult? Simple. Provided when we learn libraries. I'll explain in detail what is the memory management in simplicity, what is the libraries in Python, what is the syntactical notation. If I'm taking an interview, what is the first question is coming? How do you prove that Python is a simple programming language? A plus B whole square, everybody knows A square plus 2AB plus B square. How do you prove it? Will you prove it? You cannot. I will prove within 2 minutes with the geometrical methods. Anything you speak, proof I want. That's it. This you are learning a dominated programming language. Expect perfect programming in my class. Understanding, students? Yeah. I will explain simple. In detail, and let me write the features. Next, Python is one of the freeware and what? Open source. Python is one of the freeware and what? Open source. Sir, what do you mean by open source and freeware? Generally, everybody we think that both of them are same. They are completely different. What do you mean by freeware? Very briefly, I will give you. In detail, I will explain. Freeware. I downloaded Python software just now. Are we paying a single NP to PSF company? So it is known as what? Freeware. I want to download .NET. Microsoft people are not giving free of cost. You need to pay some licensed amount or something else, something we need to do. If an MNC want to develop a .NET project, definitely they need to have a licensed software first. For licensed software, they have to pay some money for that. So Python is freeware or licensed? Good. That is for freely downloadable. I will explain in detail. What do you mean by open source? From this Python software, lot of vendors came forward. They developed a lot of distributions for Python. Distributions means what? Flavors of Python. Lot of Python softwares are there. We are thinking only one Python, and whose name is not Python, whose name is something different. I will explain in detail. Let me show you one internet proof, some small thing here. I am going to say here, distributions of Python students, distributions of Python, distributions of what? Python. That means distributions of Python means how many Pythons are there in real life, real time. Coming to this, which is recognized by what? Python.org, which is recognized by this organization, and see that how many of them are there. If I go to this, Active Python, and next is Anaconda Python, Chinese Python. So within 9x Python, Packet Python, Portable Python, like that. Python from ARM Linux Python, Python Labs Python, Pythonware Python, Stackless Python, Tiny Python, Win Python. Still implementations are there. Cross Tinker Python, Stackless Python, Piston, Cinder, PJIN, W Python, X Python, Micro Python, Circuit Python, Iron Python, Python. See how many are there. And don't think, sir, is it necessary to remember all these things? Not at all. That's why I will explain what is open source. These are the regular terms we need to remember for our more knowledge. I will explain in detail about what is open source, what is freeware. Next, third. Python is one of the platform independent language. Platform independent language. There I am going to explain what the question is coming in this. How do you justify Python is one of the platform independent language? Java is also platform independent language. C, C++ are platform dependent languages. What is the difference between dependent and independent? On what basis we can say language is dependent? On what basis we can say language is independent? With the practical proof. Whatever I say, don't accept any theory. Accept immediately program. I will ask you, write a Python code to justify me Python is one of the platform independent. If I show the program, accept it. Otherwise, I don't want to believe. Even you also, when you say, I don't want to believe, I want to see the coding. Coding always. That is your oxygen in the software industry. Well, I will explain that. Next, number 4, Python is one of the dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. What is meant by dynamically typed and what is meant by static typed? In static typed programming languages, what is happening? What is the drawback? How they overcome it? In dynamic programming, what dynamically typed, what is happening? What are the things, advantages? Dynamic is different, static is different. Dynamically typed, this is very important word. Dynamic is completely different from dynamically typed. Don't think in that words. Static programming, dynamic programming, that is completely different. Dynamically typed and static typed. I will explain kinds of languages. Static typed programming, dynamic typed programming languages. Well, next after that I am explaining Python is one of the interpreted programming language. Interpreted programming language. What do you mean by compiler based programming languages? What do you mean by interpretation based programming languages? What is the difference? Why Python is interpreted? Why not it is compiled? With a practical proof. From there I am going to start my coding a little bit. Beginning onwards I will initiate. Next, Python is one of the robust programming language. Robust means what? Strong. Of course, dear students, I'll show you one small implementation which I am explaining in the class. Because during this period of time, every feature I am going to give in front of you with clarity in practical examples. If I don't teach with the practical examples, you will not get a confidence tomorrow. If you go to an interview, you cannot raise your voice in front of the interviewer. If you see with your own eyes practically, you can speak very confidently. Am I clear? Yes. So let me prove in 1-2 minutes job, if you give me an opportunity to show that how Python is robust. A small example I want to run in front of you. And don't feel that Sir is boasting about his programming skills. Because I want to teach this programming. A different milestone I want to set in the minds of you. Let me, students, I'm going to this place. Please allow me to go for that. CMD, a small project I'm running in front of you. And feel that you are also going to develop in my class. Well, in E:, which is recently did in my 4 p.m. class, which you have seen that the students who are coming out, KVR Python 4 p.m. Under that ATM project, which is one of the like your mini project, py ATM demo.py. 1 minute, I will see what is the main program name in that. ATM main. Yeah. So that you say py ATM main dot py. What happens? So go to this place. 1 minute. ATM main. 1 minute. I will see ma ATM main. Okay. So here I will call it as one small thing. Yeah. So go to this place. Asking. Look at that. A small change I did. ATM main. Small operations I used it. Not everything I implemented, because I used to do something and a student is doing immediately as an exercise by themselves. See that? Enter your choice. How many choices I have? 4. Let me show you plain. After that, I give the chance for you to enter whatever you like it. Carefully try to understand. I am giving the choice as what here? Something like what? 3. What is the minimum balance you have in your account, for example? 500. Just observe it. What is the coding is done here? Enter your choice. 1. Enter how much amount you want to deposit. For example, 5,000 rupees. What is happening? Immediately you will get a message to your cell saying that how much amount is 500. Your account is credited with INR 5,000. Now your current balance is 5,500. Now I am going to say once again deposit 2,500. Now it is once again deposited 8,000. Now I am going to say 2. Enter how much amount you want to withdraw. Something like 4,500. I am going to give you 3,500 is your account is debited with, and now your current balance is what? 3,500, and your operations are still live. Enter your choice 3, and your balance is 3,500. So this is a plain route. Now see how strong is my project. Are you able to get me? Now enter your choice. Whatever you like it, you tell me. Enter your choice. 324. What is my choice of options? 1, 2, 3, 4. I am entering which choice? Is it there or not there? Not there. The not there means my ATM machine has to say that it is an invalid choice or not. Please look at that. Your selection of operation is under. My project is strong or weak. Strong means what? Robust. How to write the code like this? How to validate my data? By using exception handling. One beautiful concept is there in Python. In Python programming, there is one extraordinary topic is there called what? Exception handling. Using that, my Python project is what? My Python applications are what? What is that? Robust. My Python applications are robust. I can say robust. Still, let me execute. Enter your choice, KVR. What is my choice actually? Numbers, but I'm entering what? Strings. Strings. See that. Don't enter STRs, symbols, alphanumerics. Don't enter that kind of things. Next, enter your choice. Okay, 1. Enter the amount to deposit. KVR.Python. Actually, irrelevant data I'm entering. Anything you enter, see that what is coming. Don't deposit STRs, symbols, alphanumerics. Is my project is strong or weak? Very strong. Now say once again. Say enter your choice. Now say now here 3 or 2. Enter the amount to withdraw 4,000. How much balance you have? 3,500. How much I am writing? Will the ATM machine will give? No, it is going to say you don't have. Read Python notes. Just for fun purpose I wrote. To have sufficient funds, you need to read Python notes. Right. Next, go to that 2 choice. How much amount you want to withdraw? Minus 1,500. Minus negative value you are entering. See that what is happening. Don't try to withdraw negative or 0 values from account. Come on, first one. Enter your choice. Minus 4,500. I am trying to deposit. You cannot deposit which values? Negative values or 0 values. Are you understanding, students? Is my project is working in a plain route and my project is also working in wrong route also. If anybody do wrong, it is suggesting to you what to do, what not to do. This project is telling. That's why my project is called what? This robustness is coming because of the most extraordinary facility called what? Exception handling concept, which I am explaining in my Python class. See that exceptions concept is available. In that I am going to develop these many number of applications. In that these many number of concepts I am going to explain, which itself is going to be making you as a real-time developer to understand. See that every feature is discussing in detail with the programming. And the 7th one is Python is one of the embedded extensible programming language. Extensible programming language. What do you mean by extensible? Next, one more is interrelated to that. That is nothing but what? Embedded programming language. Embedded. Extensible means giving the facilities. Embedded means taking the same facilities, which I will explain with the programming things in the class. And moreover, 9th is called what? One more kind of thing is called what? It is a both. It is a both procedural and what? Object-oriented programming language. It is a procedural and object-oriented programming language. Procedural is nothing but a functional part, which is called core Python, I can say. Object-oriented programming is called what? Advanced Python, I can say. Core Python as well as advanced Python. Both of them will be coming into picture in this level. And the 10th is called what you know? 10th is called what you know? Extensible and embedded. And next is called platform independent. And this one. And the next is called what? It is one of the portable. What is portable? What is the portable? Which is slightly related to what? Which is slightly related to what? Platform independent. I'm going to discuss in detail about it. And the 11th one is called what? 11th one is called what? Supports third-party APIs. Third-party APIs. I hope that third-party APIs such as, which I am discussing in the class, NumPy. Maybe you heard about it. What is NumPy? Numerical Python. For complex mathematical calculations is concerned, we use what? NumPy. NumPy is not a predefined library of our Python. NumPy is developed by Jim Hungunian. Our Python is developed by what? Rosum. So other party libraries, I can happily use it into my Python programming. Okay, now. So not only this third party module, one thing, I can use what? Pandas, which is developed by MC Kinney in 2008. I am using in my data science level as what? Data analysis and data analytics purpose. And next, this I'm going to explain as a part of my Python course. And other things which will be continued in the data science, like what? SciPy. Next is called like scikit. Scikit. Next is called like matplotlib. 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 Next is called like a Keras. Keras. Now we will use it into where neural networks. Come on, next like what? NLP, etc. These are all called what? Third-party powerful modules in the software industry. Seaborn, like that, there are so many number of third-party modules are there. Are you able to get my point? Yes. So if you carefully understand, here I'm going to say, first feature is simple. I'm going to go to explain in detail about what is simple, and freeware and open source, platform independent. These many number of things are going to discuss in detail. I hope that you people are going to understand. First one is called what? Simple. Shall we start the simple first? Yes. For my satisfaction, did you understand this discussion? Yes. So in the beginning days, to put you on my track of the control of the subject, it takes some time, because first time you are facing my class, I need to take some slowly, I need to explain. So let me take, before going to discuss in simple, in detail, I would like to speak to online students for few seconds. So I will ask you whether they followed or not. Dear students who are in the online, did you follow this? Did you follow this? All of you coming to the quickly give this confirmation. Well, right. Let me move to the further. What way Python is simple programming language? Let's go for in detail. What is this simple is? Whether it is simple or not, I just want to prove it. Well, you only discuss. Good. Look into that. Python is one of the, in detail I am going to start. So this Python features will be continued. This Python features will be continued. 2 to 3 days I will explain. I can explain in half an hour also. If I explain in half an hour, you will forget in 10 minutes. When you go to interview, no words will come from the mouth of you. That is a real. So if I explain 3 days, I will analyze and I will show practical examples. So everything you will remember it. Okay, students, please let me go to that simple. Python is one of the simple programming language. Simple programming language. I'm saying that simple programming language because of three technical factors. Three technical factors. And dear students, and don't feel when Sari is criticizing you, definitely will feel Sari is criticizing. I'm not criticizing. I'm eliminating that virus. I will keep on the line of control. When I say something wrong, I will highlight that. It's one of the research methodology says when you say wrong, if I highlight, you will not say wrong next time. When you say what is www, World Wide Web, you are excellent, very good knowledge you have. Tomorrow interview is asking what is www, you will say very big voice, World Wide Web, you will say get out. When SAR says that it is a wrong, learn the subject means that day only you will learn it. Am I correct? That's why if I say anybody says something, if I ask you, please show me the proof, don't feel that SAR is asking proof. If I don't ask proof today, tomorrow interview will ask you. That you do in my class, I am saying. It is like a warm-up match. If you practice well, tomorrow you will do very nicely. Okay, students, will you understand my mindset? Well, so Python is one of the simple programming language because of what? Three technical factors. First technical factor, dear students, please remember, Python programming provides a rich set of, I'm writing in double quotes, rich set of APIs. Richest set of APIs. Sir, what is this APIs? I told you, when you call one electrician to your home to do some electrical work, will you do with his own hands? He is an intelligent person. Will he do this with his own hands? No. Definitely will come up with what? His own tools. Similarly, tomorrow if you go for a software industry to work on Python project, you must have the tools of Python or not? That is called a library, I am saying. For example, as I asked a question to my student, write a Python code, I am saying, write a code for generating OTP. Write a code for generating OTP. In my financial transaction, for secrecy of information is concerned, I want OTP. Will you write a code in C language? Just I am asking. Yes, I can write, but it takes 15 minutes for writing. Because I have to write at least 15 lines. 15 lines writing coding, definitely complex for the programmer. As a teacher, since I am writing daily in the class, I am remembering. A normal person may not be remembering. Am I correct? If I want to do it in Java, it may take some more lines of time. That is nothing but it may take 10 minutes of time, because I want to write what? 10 lines of code. 10 lines of code I need to write it. So here, if I want to write in Python, I will just write what? One line of code only, I will write it. One line of code. Sir, can you show one line of code? Yes, that's what I'm saying. I have to. Shall I? Look at, I'll go to my Python environment. Yes, students, please look into that. I'm saying that import random. What is random? Module. Spell out. So you have to start our startup of the Python programming with a module. Modules are nothing but libraries. Print random dot module name dot rand int of I want 4-digit OTP. 4-digit OTP. 4-digit number starts with what? Smallest 4-digit number is what? 1000. Biggest 4-digit number is what? 999. You take it as 10,000. I will take. Don't worry about it. Close it. But the number is coming. One unexpected number will come. Again you print it. Again you do it. Same. Again you do it. Some other number. Again you do it. Is it not called random OTP is coming? Generating OTP in Python is easy or difficult? So what you need to learn? Random. What is random? Module name. Who need to teach live modules? Teacher has to teach. Then student will feel Python is simple. Without libraries, Python, if I teach with it, which is completed in 15 days, never get the jobs. What students knows only theory, and they don't know practical awareness is not there. That's why be careful about the libraries. For my satisfaction, tell me rich set of APIs. Meaning is once you know more libraries, writing the coding is easy or difficult? Easy. If no libraries you know, writing the coding you should do on your own, which is definitely complex for you or not? Yes. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Python programming provides a rich set of API so that Python programmer can reuse the coding, can write the code on their own. What do you mean by reuse? First of all, I should tell that message for you. What do you mean by reusability? Somebody has written the code. I will call that code as it is. That is called what? Reuse. Writing on your own means what? Thinking by yourself and preparing the logic by yourself. That is known as what? Writing the code by yourself. Writing the code by yourself you will prefer, or reusing the code? Spell out. First of all, are you understanding these English words? Reuse means what? Already developed. What are you doing? Calling as it is. That is called what? Example, tube light is there. Will you prepare? What you will do? Go to the shop, buy it, plug and play. That is called what? When light is going, you are sitting day and night preparing the tube light. That is called what? Writing your own code, which is easy. Did you understand this word? And don't tell this example in interviews. What is reusability? I am saying that the code was already developed. I am reusing by plug and play concept is there. Plug and play concept is called reusing the libraries. Did you understand, guys? If I know more APIs, Python is what? Simple. And don't tell that who said this simple. Rosam has said that simple because he developed a more APIs in Python. Python programmer must learn it and he can reuse the predefined code. He reuse the predefined code and develops the applications more easily. Are you getting my point? More easily. If you develop the logic, will you feel that language is simple or difficult? Come on, simple. Are you getting my point? One more thing I'm asking. I want to calculate which one I want to calculate here. I want to calculate square root of negative numbers. Square root of C language, no library. C++, no library. Java, no library. Library is present only in Python. So what is the module name there? C math. What is that? C math stands for complex math. I will explain these things in detail for you again. Yes, please. Now say that here C math dot what? SQRT of minus 169 13J. What is that? J is equal to square root of -1. I will explain complex number importance in the class. I'm talking about the overall facilities, boss. Please keep in mind. And you see, I'm saying that once again, CMath dot SQRT of what is this now? -25. You can take in a simple way. What is it? Will you write the coding for this square root of negative numbers? No. But I can reuse in an easy manner, provided we need to know how to use the modules. Did you understand? Fine. So coming to this point here, I'm saying that here at this point of time, I would like to give you definition of what? Definition of what? API. Definition of what? API. Definition of API. What is the definition of API? I'm giving your favorite answer first. Application programming interface. Because students likes very much about full forms. What is OS? Operating system. What is DBMS? Database management system. Because of that only jobs are not coming. Okay, don't feel it, because even I was a student, I know only full forms. Fine. But after realization is important, then next time onwards you will change it by yourself. Now I am saying, an API is a collection of, you need to say, come on, an API is a collection of modules. What is that? Well, what is a module, sir? You have seen some of the modules, my dears. What is that? Next, one more I will use it, and very frequently I am using that. Import calendar. Print calendar dot what is this now? Month of MON, month of what? Say 2022 comma what? 5, 5th month I am using. Am I getting or not? Yes. Getting me? So not only that, import I can say, or otherwise I will take it as what, you know, this part. Okay, here you can execute in this place also, students. In Python command prompt, yes, somebody is asking, Python command prompt also you can execute here also. Import what? Calendar. Import calendar. Say that print of, I am printing calendar dot calendar of 2022. I just printed very frequently this example because how simple the coding is writing. Next, last and final, you see, calendar is a function present in which module? One more thing I want to show you, my dear students, please understand. Month is a function in where? Calendar. SQRT is a function in C math. Yes, sir. Randint is a function in which module? Well, now coming to this place of my description, here only I will write it. A module is a collection of, come on, collection of what? Functions. I entered into the subject. What is functions? Leave it. A function is nothing but an English word performing action. Is it functioning or not? Is it working or not? That meaning, na? Because I already said Python programming inspired fully from C language with what? Functional programming. About functions, I will explain. So, collection of functions, not only functions are present. About functions, I will explain more. One more time, import math, print of math dot. There is a variable also called pi, which is going to print 3.141. Pi is called after all one variable. Sir, what is the difference between variable and all? SQRT, when I wrote like this, there is a brace is using. Parentheses are using. When I use a pi, no parentheses are there, just we are using it. Well, next I will write one more. E, logarithm of E. I got a logarithm of E. What is this? E and pi are called variables. Present in which module? Yes, functions, and next is what? Variables and class names. It is too early to discuss with you. Don't worry about these class names. I will explain in detail about what? Class names. For my satisfaction. Once again, you tell me why Python is simple. Everybody, please. Python programming provides rich set of API. Because of more APIs, Python programmer can reuse predefined code and develops the applications more easily. If you learn more APIs, Python is simple or difficult? What is the API, sir? Definition of API. You should not forget this. Don't tell this full form students. What is the API definition? An API is a collection of, what is that module? A module is a collection of functions, variables, classes. Can you tell me example of modules once? Simple, ma. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Modules in C language are called header files. What there? Modules in Java are called packages. In Python, we call it as modules. More about the modules, I will explain. Don't worry. Okay. Example, please. Math module. Okay. C math module. Calendar module. Random module. Like that, so many number of modules are there. I want to shut down my system. I have a module in Python. OS module is there. OS dot shutdown. Some parameter I will pass it. Did you understand? So if you learn more modules, Python is easier, difficult? Simple. Python is simple. And don't tell it is easy to learn. That's why Python is. Who said it is easy to learn? First of all, technically I am speaking. Is it easy to write? Is it easy to learn? All these things keep it aside. Easy to learn and easy to code when we know API, when we know modules, then only Python is easy. Am I correct? Fine. So we have to accept the truth. And the second point I will explain in tomorrow class. Tomorrow class I will explain. Totally how many factors? 3 technical factors. Python is saying what? Simple. And in tomorrow class, when I come back, first factor is almost over. In tomorrow's class, I will go forward. Second and third factors, I will explain. I hope in today's class, we understand importance of features. And the first feature I started with. What is the first feature? So this is a main important thing. Next, I will tell you tomorrow. Syntactical meaning of Python. Garbage collection concept of Python, I will explain in this class. Fine? So subject is started, guys. Everything is going on the subject part. And tomorrow, I'll start the class so early. That means on the standard time, on 1 or 2 days, this will be continued. After that, I'll start the class on time and I will continue up to 1 hour 45 minutes minimum I will take. Since beginning classes, new students are coming. I'll wait certain time. Because 4 o'clock I am here only, my class is there. And 6 o'clock I'm waiting here only. I'm waiting some time, I'm starting my session. So online students join with the same link tomorrow class also. Up to here, whatever is explained, online students, did you follow me? Did you follow it? All the students who are in the online, please respond it. Well, Good. So now tomorrow session, I'll go for second and what? Third factors. So what is the definition of API? Collection of, what is the module? Functions, variables, and the class names. More modules we learn, Python is going to be simple. And all these features, I will discuss one by one in the class. How many features Python is inspired with? 4. C, C++, Modulo 3, from Perl. These features are inspired from these languages. And these are the extra features Python programming provides. And day by day, we will discuss these things one by one with the practical explanations. So I'll stop the class now. Tomorrow class will meet as usual for the second factor of which feature? Simple. So tomorrow I will discuss 2, 3, 4 features I will discuss. More number of features day by day we are entering into this open source and platform independent tomorrow. Only the 2 features I will discuss tomorrow class, because platform independent, so biggest discussion I have to give. 40 minutes explanation I have to give about what? Platform independent, to make you to understand more practically. Okay. So are you comfortable with this understanding? Yes. Tomorrow class will meet and to discuss the second factor of which factor? Simple. Feature of simple. Second and third I will discuss. Later I will continue with second, third, fourth features. I will continue. Thank you. Good day. All the best. Okay.